So let's quickly discuss postnatal depression. Prior to having kids, I actually did suffer from depression and I needed medication to help me. I was fortunate in the sense that I was able to wean off the medication prior to having children. And since that episode, I've actually never suffered a clinical depression again. I was very nervous going into my pregnancies because I imagined, since I had a history with depression, that I would again enter into depression postnatally. But fortunately for me, I didn't. With my son, I was actually super happy after he was born. And with my daughter, I did go through that transition phase with a bit of baby blues, which I must say was quite tricky. But when it comes to postnatal depression, there's kind of two. There's postnatal depression, which can be very debilitating, and it's really difficult for those parents because as a mom, you end up feeling exceptionally guilty. You have this bundle of joy that everyone has told you you must love with all of your heart and you must be so grateful for. But at the same time, you are just the most miserable, the most down. You wake up in the morning and there's like an emptiness. You're not excited to start your day. Every chore you do seems like a mountain you have to climb. And in your brain, you know it shouldn't be like this, but there is absolutely no way that you can change it. And that really, really, really is difficult for moms. It is amplified and it's made worse if people around you aren't empathetic and they don't support you or they don't understand. And they tell you to snap out of it. It's only if you've actually been in the cusp of true depression that I think someone can really understand what it is you're going through. Depression is not a choice. It's nothing you would ever wish on yourself or anybody else. And I can only imagine if you add a child to that mix and the guilt that comes with having this child that you can't fully enjoy and experience because of what you're going through, how difficult that must be for a mom. And then it gets even more severe. Sometimes we get postnatal psychosis. Now, postnatal psychosis is where the mom actually starts getting ideas or thoughts about self-harm or harming her baby. If you're suffering from either of the two, definitely go and get help. There is so much medication out there that is safe for you to take, even if you're breastfeeding your baby. There is so much help and support out there. This is such a common problem. It's not often spoken about, but it is such a common problem. And it is not something you did to yourself. There are so many hormones that rise and fall and fluctuate throughout your pregnancy. And there is a very sudden drop in hormones once the baby is born. And for some people, that can trigger a clinical depression. And sometimes you might need to, for a year, maybe even 2 years, get yourself on certain medications to help you through that process. And if necessary, go and seek out the help of therapists to help you psychologically process all of this, because you are going to feel terrible. People around you are not going to fully understand what you're going through, and you can potentially feel very alone in that situation. If you're experiencing any ideas of self-harm or harming your baby, understand that that is just the psychosis. That is not you. You as a human being don't want to harm your baby. You as a human being don't want to harm yourself. This is just part of that psychosis. And definitely, more than anything, reach out to help. Make sure that you are protected, your child is protected, and go and get the help that you and your child desperately need. Often once women are on the other side of it and the depression has subsided and the medication kicks in and they're feeling a lot better, you can kind of start to process what you were going through, and you will then more fully understand just what a difficult thing this is that moms go through. And you potentially, one day down the line, are going to be there for some other mom that is going through this, and you can offer support, guidance, and true empathy, because you will know in your heart exactly how difficult that situation was.